Hey everyone, welcome back to Science Fact Tech channel. Today, we're diving into some mind-blowing history facts that you might not have learned in school. Our first stop takes us to Zanzibar in 1896, the setting for the shortest war in recorded history. The Anglo-Zanzibar War lasted a mere 38 minutes. The British Empire wasn't too keen on the new Sultan of Zanzibar. On August 27, 1896, British warships opened fire on the Sultan's palace. The Sultan surrendered after just 38 minutes. And that's how you earn a place in the history books for a slightly embarrassing reason. When you hear Cleopatra, you think ancient Egypt, right? But Cleopatra wasn't actually Egyptian. She was of Macedonian Greek descent. She was a descendant of Ptolemy I Soter, one of Alexander the Great's generals. This Greek dynasty ruled Egypt for centuries, with Cleopatra as its last hurrah. History is full of these unexpected twists and turns. Picture this, 1932, Western Australia. A land of vast, open spaces and rugged terrain, where the horizon stretches endlessly. The world was still reeling from the aftermath of World War I, and the Australian farmers were no exception. Farmers struggling after World War I faced an invasion of thousands of emus. These large, flightless birds descended upon the farmlands, devouring crops and causing widespread devastation. The farmers, already grappling with economic hardship, found themselves in a desperate situation. The Australian government, in an unprecedented move, deployed soldiers with machine guns to combat the emus. These soldiers, battle-hardened from the Great War, were now tasked with an unusual mission: to protect the crops from these feathered invaders. Yes, they declared war on emus. This bizarre military operation, later known as the Great Emu War, was a testament to the lengths to which the government would go to support its struggling farmers. The emus, surprisingly cunning, scattered in small groups, making them difficult targets. Their natural agility and speed allowed them to evade the soldiers' gunfire with ease. Their feathers were resistant to bullets. The emus' thick plumage absorbed the impact, rendering many shots ineffective. This unexpected resilience added to the soldiers' frustration. The Great Emu War ended in a resounding defeat for the humans. Despite their best efforts, the soldiers were unable to significantly reduce the emu population. The birds had outmaneuvered and outlasted the military forces. The emus continued their merry way. They roamed the farmlands freely, seemingly unfazed by the military's attempts to control them. The farmers were left to deal with the ongoing emu problem on their own. The soldiers were left to rethink their career choices. The failure of the Great Emu War became a source of embarrassment and a topic of reflection for those involved. Sometimes, history is stranger than fiction. The Great Emu War remains one of the most peculiar and fascinating episodes in Australian history, a reminder that even the best laid plans can be thwarted by the unexpected. Let's talk about Napoleon Bonaparte, one of history's most iconic figures. Napoleon, often synonymous with short man syndrome, wasn't actually short by the standards of his time. The myth about his height stems from a measuring mishap and a misunderstanding of different measurement systems. In French units, he was recorded as 5 feet 2 inches, which translates to about 5 feet 7 inches in British units, a respectable height for that era. British propaganda played a significant role in mocking his height, using it as a tool to belittle him and undermine his authority. Despite these efforts, Napoleon's height had nothing to do with his ambition, strategic brilliance, or military prowess. He led numerous successful campaigns and reshaped Europe. His legacy is far more significant than a mere number on a height chart. His reforms in law, administration, and education have had a lasting impact. It's time we put this whole short man myth to rest and focus on the true legacy of Napoleon Bonaparte, a man whose influence extended far beyond his physical stature. The Eiffel Tower, a symbol of love, romance, and a secret apartment? Gustave Eiffel, the tower's engineer, built a cozy apartment for himself atop the structure. Eiffel used it to entertain guests and escape the Parisian hustle and bustle. Imagine sipping wine with the city of lights twinkling below you. Today, the apartment is open to the public. Even the most iconic structures can hold hidden secrets. Let's delve into the history of humor. Specifically, the Your Mom joke, a timeless classic. The oldest recorded Your Mom joke dates back over 3,500 years to ancient Babylon. Archaeologists unearthed a clay tablet inscribed with a joke about someone's mother. The punchline has been lost to time, but our ancestors had a sense of humor. Some things, like making fun of your friend's mom, transcend time and culture. The Dancing Plague of 1518. A history mystery. Strasbourg, France, July 1518. A woman starts dancing in the street in a wild, uncontrollable frenzy. Within days, dozens, then hundreds join in. They danced for days, some collapsing from exhaustion. Physicians were baffled, with theories ranging from demonic possession to hot blood. The dancing plague remains one of history's most perplexing mysteries. It serves as a reminder that the past is full of enigmas. Pocahontas separating fact from fiction. Pocahontas, a Powhatan woman, played a pivotal role in the early days of the Jamestown colony. Her story has been told and retold, often blending fact with fiction. The romantic entanglement with John Smith, probably more Hollywood than history. While popular culture loves to paint a picture of a love story, historical evidence suggests otherwise. She befriended Smith and helped the colonists, but there's no evidence of a romantic relationship. Instead, her interactions were more about diplomacy and survival. Pocahontas was captured by the colonists and later married John Rolfe. This marriage was significant as it brought a period of peace between the Powhatan and the English settlers. She traveled to England and was presented as an example of a civilized savage. Her presence in England was used to promote the success of the Jamestown colony and to encourage further investment. Her story is marked by cultural clashes and political maneuvering. The interactions between Native Americans and colonists were complex and often fraught with tension. History is often messy and complex. The story of Pocahontas is a prime example of how historical narratives can be shaped and reshaped over time. By separating fact from fiction, we gain a deeper understanding of her true legacy. The Lost Legacy of the Library of Alexandria. A library so vast, it housed the collective knowledge of the ancient world. Its decline was a gradual process of neglect, political turmoil, and a few fires. The Roman conquest of Egypt and changing intellectual priorities contributed to its demise. The loss of the Library of Alexandria is a reminder of the fragility of knowledge. Even the greatest achievements can be lost to time and negligence. The origins of the marathon. The marathon traces back to ancient Greece and a messenger named Pheidippides. In 490 BC, Pheidippides ran from Marathon to Athens to deliver news of the Greek victory over the Persians. He ran roughly 26 miles without stopping and collapsed upon arrival. The legend of Pheidippides' run inspired the modern marathon. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed these fascinating history facts. If you learned something new, don't forget to hit the like button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe for more amazing content every week. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.